Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing my part 2 of my introduction into the 2025 Virginia governor election candidates. For now, I've done Republican candidate Winsome Sears, and I'm doing the only notable Democratic candidate as of right now, Abigail Spanberger. If any more candidates do come in the race, I'll consider doing another video as well, but right now these are the only two big candidates that are in this race. The way I'm going to do this video is a little different from my video from yesterday. The way I'm thinking of this one is I'm going to read some information from Abigail Spanberger's home campaign page and some information from Wikipedia and Ballotpedia and take a look back at some of her recent elections. So first things first, I'm going to start on Abigail Spanberger's campaign for governor homepage. It's abigailspanberger.com if you want to read more about this. And it's going to go over a little bit of her backstory and why she's running for the 2025 governor's race in Virginia. Abigail Spanberger, I'm reading right from the webpage here, has always served our communities, our Commonwealth, and our country. Abigail began her career of public service as a federal law enforcement officer, working money laundering cases and tracking narcotics traffickers with the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Abigail then joined the CIA as a case officer. She worked undercover her entire time at the agency, collecting intelligence, managing assets, and overseeing high-profile programs to combat terrorism and keep Americans safe. In 2014, Abigail brought her family back home to Virginia, where she and her husband grew up and soon began a career in the private sector. But when she saw division and dysfunction threatening the country she dedicated her life to defend, Abigail decided to run for Congress. In 2018, Abigail became the first Democrat since 1968, as well as the first woman ever to be elected to represent the Virginia's 7th Congressional District in the U.S. House. In Congress, Abigail has developed a reputation for finding common ground, getting things done, and never backing down from her principles. The Washington Post editorial board has called Abigail, quote, a thoughtful, knowledgeable legislator who has taken the trouble to legislate. Abigail has led bipartisan efforts that have been signed into law to prevent fentanyl overdoses, protect Virginia's natural resources, and support our veterans, and she has fought to lower prescription drug costs, strengthen workforce training programs for Virginia students, clean up Washington, and protect Virginians' fundamental rights. Abigail grew up in Henrico County, Virginia. She attended J.R. Tucker High School's Spanish immersion program and is a proud graduate of the University of Virginia. After college, Abigail moved to Germany and earned her MBA from a dual-degree German-American program between the GISMA Business School and Purdue University. Abigail and her husband Adam are the proud parents of 3 school-age daughters. So that's a brief overview of Abigail Spanberger on her campaign website. As I mentioned, you can find out more information there. Getting more into my realm of things, which is the electoral side of things, I'm going to quickly go to her Wikipedia page, where it talks about in 2018, Abigail Spanberger decided to run for Virginia's 7th Congressional District, which is currently currently represented by Republican Dave Brat, who was a Tea Party member. She made the decision to run for this race in what was expected to be one of the closest races in the entire 2018 cycle. And you may remember, if you've been watching a lot of these past elections, 2018 was the first midterm election after Donald Trump got elected in 2016 and was a Democratic wave year where the Democrats were supposed to do very well. And the House of Representatives was certainly one of those instances in which that they did. On Ballotpedia, the Democratic primary, Abigail Spanberger faced off against fellow Democrat Daniel Ward. She won a commanding victory, 72.7% to Ward's 27.3%. So Ward won the primary and went on to face off against Republican Dave Brat in the general election. And in that general election, we saw Spanberger win with 50.4% to Brat's 48.4%, a 2% win. This district, which did get redrawn, I believe, going into the 2022 election, but for 2018 and 2020, this was the 7th Congressional District in Virginia. It had parts right surrounding Richmond, like Henrico County, which Spanberger won 58.7% to 40.1% for Brat. Chesterfield, 54.1 to 44.7 for Spanberger over Brat. Then you had other counties like Nottoway County, Amelia County, Powhatan County, Goochland County, Louisa County, Spotsylvania County, Orange County, and Culpeper County. So this is the area that makes up the 7th district. I'm not going to go over every single one of these counties for each race most likely, but if I do, these are the areas that make up the 7th district. Spanberger won a 2% race there. Ballotpedia shows that as well. If you want to get really technical here, Spanberger won 176,079 votes. David Bratt got 169,295, I believe. Yes, that's about what the New York Times says as well. So that was the 2018 election. Now going into the 2020 election, where she ran for re-election, obviously winning that race, she ran again. She faced off against Republican Nick Freitas, who won the convention to face off against her in District 7. And in that race, we did see Abigail Spanberger win re-election in a very close race, 50.9% to 49.1%. This time, 2020, this was a presidential election year, so there was a lot higher voter turnout, 453,516 votes in 2020 compared to about 349,590 votes in 2018. So that would be about, what's that, another 100,000 votes or so going from one election to another one. She won 50.9% to 49.1%. So this would have been a 1.8% victory for Spanberger. Again, almost a 2-point win for her. Looking at the map briefly again, Henrico County 60.7 to 39.3. So that one was an improvement of about 2% or so on Spanberger's end in Henrico County, which again is where her family is from. Chesterfield is 55.1 to 44.9. The race before that was 54.1 to 44.7. So again, not really too much room there. Then we had Nottoway County 55.2 to 44.8 for Freitas. Amelia Congressional District 7, 67.5 to 32.4. Powhatan 70.7 to 29.3. Goochland 59.1, 40.9. Louisa 60.2 to 39.8. Spotsylvania 56 to 44.0. Orange 59.8 to 40.2. And Culpeper 60 to 40. So that's how this race ended up going in 2020. A very close race. And then going into 2022, Spanberger decided to seek re-elections one more time, even though the district did get redrawn and her original home district in Henrico County was no longer a part of that district. According to, I believe it's either state law or federal law, Spanberger did have every single legal right to run for re-election as the incumbent of that district, despite it being redrawn if she wanted to, which she did choose to do. This time around, she faced off against Yesley Vega, a law enforcement officer who was endorsed by both Virginia Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin and former president, soon-to-be president-elect and next president Donald J. Trump in the general election. We'll see how this one went, where Spanberger won 52.3% to 47.7%. And you'll see this time around, yes, it has Spotsylvania in it, but this time Spotsylvania and Orange County are now more the bottom part of the county, whereas before we saw the county kind of like start in Spotsylvania and Orange County and go down. This time around, the new redrawn county kind of goes like this way. So in 2022, Spanberger was able to win with 52.3% to Vegas 47.7%. Now in this one, we did see Caroline vote for Vega 55-45, Spotsylvania 54-46, Orange 60-40, Green 61-39, Madison 64-36, Culpeper 60-40, Stafford 50.1, 49.9, a very, very close race in Stafford County, and King George 63-37. We did see a Democratic area in Fredericksburg, tiny, but 66-34% for Spanberger. The big one was Prince William County, which is redrawn into this district. If you follow Virginia politics a lot, you'll know Prince William County is one of the main Democratic areas in the northern D.C. suburbs. Very, very important for statewide elections in Virginia. Part of Prince William County was brought into District 7, and this voted overwhelmingly for Spanberger, 68% to 32%. And doing quick math in my head here, this would have been a margin of victory of about 28,000 votes in Prince William County for Spanberger over Vega. 25 to 35 is 10,000, 35 to 45, 20,000, 45 to 55, 30,000. So about 28,000 votes separating Spanberger and Vega, where Spanberger won district-wide here by just about 13,000 votes. So the margin of victory in Prince William County was more than enough for Spanberger to win this district. So it's possible, depending on how the rest of the district went, that getting redistricted actually helped Spanberger win this district. But of course, that's all speculation. Now, at the end of 2022, or after getting elected in 2022, Spanberger decided not to run for re-election and instead decided to focus her attention on the main topic of this video today, the 2025 Virginia governor election, where Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin is term limited per the Constitution of Virginia, which does not allow a governor to serve 2 consecutive 4-year terms back to back. For instance, we did see Terry McAuliffe, the former governor, run for governor in 2021 because you're not term limited in terms of serving another 4-year term, but it cannot be consecutive. Glenn Youngkin cannot serve a consecutive 4-year term and cannot run for re-election, so it is an open race. And I did just do a video on the Republican side of things for Winsome Sears, the incumbent lieutenant governor, who's declared her candidacy and is likely going to be the Republican nominee. On the Democratic side of things, right now, the leading declared candidate is Abigail Spanberger. There is another candidate who withdrew his candidacy, and another potential representative from Virginia's 3rd District, Bobby Scott, who may run, but Abigail Spanberger is the only declared Democratic candidate right now, and she is the odds-on favorite to win the Democratic primary. Spanberger right now also has a number of endorsements from statewide officials from the state of Virginia, including Senator Tim Kaine, some U.S. representatives like Don Bayard, Jerry Connolly, Louise Frankel, Thomas Perillo, Suhas Subramaniam, Eugene Vindman, Jennifer Wexton, Russet Perry, Don Scott, lots of other local officials like Julie Brisman, Jeff McKay, former Governor Ralph Northam, and many more, including some organizations and PACs such as Brady PAC and Citizens United PAC, Emily's List, which is a very big Democratic PAC that I believe supports a lot of women candidates. Yes, it is. Giffords, Vote Mama, and Vote Vets. So Spanberger has already racked up a lot of endorsements on her side, and the only polling data that's been done so far shows she's very likely going to win the Democratic primary and face off against Winsome Sears, where right now the Cook Political Report has this race listed as a toss-up. In my own personal rankings, I also have this race listed as a toss-up as well. There's only been 2 polls done right now. Neither polling service is not reputable, but not really a well-known polling firm that I'm familiar with. But they do show the race to be very close, either tied or within 1 point, which I certainly would agree with right now. So this is going to be a very close race. And the purpose of this video and my Winsome Sears video is I wanted to educate people a little bit more about these 2 major candidates, Spanberger and Winsome Sears. And I hope this video today has helped you learn a little bit more about Spanberger. And if you want to learn more about Winsome Sears, you can check out my other video I did that just came out yesterday. I'll have it linked in the same playlist as well if you want to check that one out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like the video and leave a comment below telling me what you liked about it or anything you wish I would improve about videos like this, because I intend to do more of these kind of introductory videos about candidates going forward as well for the New Jersey governor election, which is also up in 2025. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned, because I'll be posting at least 1 video every single day leading up until Election Day, so I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.